Dalet, He, Vav. This is the second triad of 7 triads. From Aleph to Tav, Yod stands alone. We have 22 letters altogether. So 7 times 3 is 21, plus the Yod is 22. So I recommend to use blank paper and scribe lines and draw your letters hanging from that line. And I mentioned that right off the bat because it took me a long time of writing Hebrew before I finally found that out. It's something that I think most Hebrew teachers forget to mention. I had to legitimately find out on my own. And how I found out was I was learning the Hindi lettering. I was like, wait a minute. Wouldn't it make sense that Hebrew is hung? It seems that way. And sure enough, so we're writing each letter and saying the name at the same time. So go Dalet, Dalet, Dalet. And you really get in the zone with it, you know? So I'm definitely nosy and totally curious as to what made you decide to learn Hebrew. I was inspired to start making these videos because I just really wish I would have known the things that I'm showing when I started. So Dalet by itself has a gematria value of 4. And when we open up the word Dalet and take the gematria value for each of those letters, Dalet opens up second gematria value of 434. So on to the next letter, we have He. And this one is written a lot like the bait, except for that bottom line. We're taking it to the side, and it's just a little tiny line that stays open. If you close that line, you're going to have a different letter. So make sure to leave that open right there. And make sure to write each letter about 100 times before you move on to the next letter. So the word He is spelled He, Aleph. And now we'll go ahead and do some practice on the letter He in ballpoint. It's kind of showing up a little bit small, but I think you get the idea. My main focus on these videos is just going to be the gematria for the letter itself, for the word for the letter, and just getting the shape of the letter down. Not so much into the pronunciation at this time and the deeper meanings of the letters. So we have 5 for He, 1 for Aleph. It gives us a gematria value of 6 and 5. So that's the 2 gematrias for He. Now we're moving on to the letter Vav. Vav is a special letter because it doesn't have any root words attached to it. It means and at its very core. And it's written sometimes as just a straight line, straight up and down. And it just has a little teeny crook at the top and a straight line down. I know I said I wasn't going to get into the pronunciation, but on this letter I have to hit it because there are some people out there that will say Vav is pronounced vo, wow, all kinds of weird things. But just keep it simple. It's Vav. And that's all you need to know at the moment. There's many different ways to pronounce it depending on its position in the word and depending on the markings that are around it. Which, like I said, it's going to be once you get there. Just get the basics down first. So Vav is 6 and it's 12 because it's spelled Vav, Vav. 6 plus 6, 12.